Joshua Houle died in the Brecon Beacons during a training exercise on the hottest day of the year. The sudden death of a gifted soldier during an Army fitness test was an unforeseen tragedy stemming from an underlying medical condition, an official report has concluded. Corporal Josh Houle, 26, of the Rifles, died in July last year in Brecon, Mid Wales, after collapsing while on pre-course training for the platoon sergeant's battle course. A probe into the incident concluded the cause of his death was within the definition of sudden arrhythmogenic death syndrome, SADS, a condition that affects the heart. A panel found Corporal Houle himself would not have known of his susceptibility to SADS and that it was reasonable for the Army not to have known about the problem. While it has made a number of recommendations for the future, it stressed none of the areas examined directly contributed to, or aggravated, the soldier's death. Corporal Houle, from Iclefeca, near Lockerbie, Dumfries and Galloway, had been due to marry his fiancée this year. He was taking part in a training session as part of a course which was described as both mentally and physically demanding. Corporal Houle, from Iclefeca, near Lockerbie, Dumfries and Galloway, had been due to marry his fiancée Rachel McKee. A Ministry of Defence Service inquiry into Corporal Houle's death was carried out by the Defence Safety Authority, with the findings now made available. Relatives of the 26-year-old said he was a dedicated soldier who just loved the Army. He was due to marry his fiancée Rachel McKee, right, later this year. Corporal Houle collapsed at about 6.30 am on July 19, 2016, when temperatures later peaked at just above 30 C, 86 F. A Ministry of Defence, MOD, Service inquiry, C, into the death was carried out by the Defence Safety Authority, with the findings now made available. The report has not revealed the exact cause of death but found it was within the definition of SADS. Corporal Houle's grandfather John Craig, 79, said at the time, "It was a job he had to do. He was a dedicated soldier." Comrades said Corporal Houle had his whole life ahead of him and planned to marry later this year. Corporal Houle's stepmother and grandfather posted messages online mourning his death. The soldier who died was undertaking pre-course training for the platoon sergeant's battle course. This is a 7-week course which allows corporals to become sergeants and involves training in general tactics and live-firing tactics. The Army says the course is designed to be both mentally and physically demanding, with students receiving the highest level of tuition and testing to ensure they are fully prepared for the rigors of command. Colour sergeant instructors take the training, with an infantry captain overseeing the course. It found a combination of SADS trigger factors, exercise, heat, adrenaline levels and potentially an imbalance of blood salt levels, were contributory to this accident but concluded, the C found no aggravating factors in this accident. Writing in the report, Lieutenant General Richard Felton said, "Corporal Houle was a physically fit, determined and capable infantry soldier. He was experienced, with numerous operational deployments under his belt in his 8 years of service and had a promising career ahead of him.